The skies have been a bit turbulent lately. A series of aviation incidents have grabbed headlines and sparked concern among travelers. In early 2025, a near collision at Chicago Midway Airport sent shivers down everyone's spines. Just weeks before, a mid-air collision over the Potomac River raised serious questions about airspace safety. These incidents, along with a string of other aviation mishaps including emergency landings and crashes, have left many wondering, is flying still safe? These incidents, while alarming, need context. The aviation industry operates within a complex ecosystem of factors, and it's important to remember that accidents are rarely caused by a single issue. A combination of human error, mechanical failure, weather conditions, and systemic issues often contribute to these unfortunate events. While every incident is a tragedy, it's crucial to note that they often serve as catalysts for improvement. Each investigation uncovers vulnerabilities and leads to enhanced safety protocols, ensuring that the aviation industry continuously learns from its mistakes. The goal is to prevent similar incidents from happening again, and the industry has a strong track record of doing just that. It's understandable that these events might make some people uneasy about flying. However, it's important to remember that flying remains statistically one of the safest modes of transportation available. Despite the recent string of incidents, aviation experts maintain that flying is statistically safer than driving. Anthony Brickhouse, an aviation safety expert, emphasizes that while public concern is warranted, it's important to maintain perspective. He stresses that the aviation industry is built on a foundation of rigorous safety standards and continuous improvement. Data from the International Air Transport Association, or IATA, supports this assertion. Their 2024 safety report indicates that there was one accident for every 880,000 flights. While this represents a slight increase from the previous year, it's crucial to note the long-term trend. Over the past decade, the aviation industry has made significant strides in safety, reducing accident rates considerably. Guy Grattan, an associate professor of aviation, echoes this sentiment, calling the recent DC crash an aberration. He emphasizes that the aviation industry is designed to be incredibly resilient, with multiple layers of redundancy built into every system. This means that even when one component fails, there are backups in place to mitigate the risk. These expert opinions, backed by statistical data, paint a reassuring picture. While the recent incidents are undoubtedly concerning, they do not signify a systemic collapse of aviation safety. While flying remains statistically safe, there's always room for improvement. The recent incidents have brought to light several contributing factors that warrant attention. One significant concern is the state of air traffic control infrastructure and staffing. Outdated technology, understaffed control towers, and cumbersome training requirements have raised concerns about the system's ability to handle the increasing volume of air traffic. In response to these concerns, the Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, has taken steps to address the situation. They've created an independent safety review team tasked with identifying vulnerabilities and recommending solutions. Additionally, the FAA has announced initiatives to expedite the hiring and training of new air traffic controllers, aiming to alleviate staffing shortages. Another contributing factor highlighted by experts is the potential for normalization of deviance. This phenomenon occurs when unsafe practices become so commonplace that they're no longer recognized as dangerous. The DC crash, for example, has been cited as a potential case of this, where a series of seemingly minor deviations from protocol ultimately led to a catastrophic outcome. The FAA is actively working to combat this issue through enhanced training programs and a renewed emphasis on safety culture within the aviation industry. By promoting a vigilant and proactive approach to safety, the FAA aims to prevent complacency and ensure that all stakeholders prioritize safety above all else. For those who harbor a fear of flying, the recent headlines may have amplified their anxiety. It's important to remember that fear is a natural human response, and there's no shame in seeking help to manage it. Fortunately, there are several effective strategies for coping with aviophobia. One of the most effective methods is exposure therapy, which involves gradually exposing oneself to flying-related stimuli in a safe and controlled environment. This can include watching documentaries about aviation, visiting airports, or even taking short flights. The goal is to desensitize oneself to the triggers that provoke anxiety. Another helpful strategy is to arm oneself with knowledge. Understanding the science behind flying, the rigorous safety protocols in place, and the statistical realities of aviation safety can help to rationalize fears and reduce anxiety. Reading books, watching documentaries, and engaging with reliable sources of information can empower individuals with a sense of control. Finally, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Therapists specializing in anxiety disorders can provide personalized guidance and coping mechanisms tailored to individual needs. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, for example, has proven to be highly effective in treating aviophobia. Remember, flying is statistically one of the safest modes of transportation available. By acknowledging your fears, seeking help when needed, and focusing on the facts, you can overcome your anxiety and embrace the wonders of air travel.